Incessant rains have triggered massive flooding and traffic jams in Metro Manila and neighboring provinces. But despite the heavy downpour, the water level in the Angat Dam is still declining. However, authorities are not worried yet. Transport groups are bringing their concerns to the street again on the day of President Marcos's State of the Nation address. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. The low-pressure area off of Infanta in Quezon may develop into a tropical depression in the next 48 hours. Speaking to us here on One News Now, weather correspondent Francis Orcio said that the rainfall will persist over much of the country in the coming days, citing the forecast of Pag-asa. He added that the LPA will mostly affect the eastern parts of northern Luzon as it nears the Philippine landmass.
This weather disturbance is likely to develop into a tropical depression pasok yan ng weekend. We are experiencing combined effects of the low pressure area and the southwest monsoon. So about 50 to 100 millimeter of rainfall will pour in Metro Manila, Calabarzon, Aurora, Isabela, and Cagayan. So for the following days, ganito rin yung inaasahan nating dami ng ulan.
And while it is also raining in Bulacan, Orcio noted that it may not be enough to replenish the Angat Dam, saying that a lot more water is needed to achieve the minimum operating level of 180 meters. As of 6 a.m. today, the water level in Angat is at 178.03 meters.
The rain showers we are experiencing today will not be enough dahil malaki-laki yung kakailanganin para makabalik tayo sa normal operating level. Sa ngayon, hindi pa natin nakikita kung gaano karami yung naidagdag mula sa mga ibinuhos na ulan kaninang umaga.
And motorists were dismayed by the standstill traffic along the South Luzon Expressway or SLEX due to flooding. Until after lunch today, both lanes were still heavily flooded, causing a massive traffic jam. Even Muntinlupa Mayor Rufy Biazon was not spared. Some commuters were forced to take alternate routes to avoid the pileup. For its part, drainage problems at a nearby mall.
Kami po'y humihingi ng paumanhin dito sa mga pagbaha na nararanasan ng ating mga motoristang gumagamit ng ating SLEX, particularly dito sa Skyway portion ng Bikutan sa baba. Ang naging dahilan po dyan kasi may drainage po kasing tinamaan, yung expansion ng isang mall dyan na nagdudulot ngayon ng pagbaha dyan sa area yan.
And outside of Metro Manila, cities and towns also experienced massive flooding. Here are some of the images. We're bringing you more stories after this quick break. Stay with us here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The University of the Philippines' nationwide Operational Assessment of Hazards, or NOAA, shows areas in Metro Manila that are experiencing floods. In Skyway Bikutan, the flood hazard level is high due to the current situation there. You can also check hazard levels in your areas and which places are flooded through noaa.up.edu.ph. And despite the rains, Angat Dam remains unreplenished. Nevertheless, the Metropolitan Waterworks and Sewerage System, or MWSS, does not see the water levels in the dam hitting critical levels. MWSS spokesperson Patrick Dizon noted that Angat's reserves are still between 175 and 178 meters. And while these figures are below the minimum operating level of 180 meters, Dizon says it is still far from the critical level of 160 meters. MWSS is hopeful that more rains will come to recharge the Bulacan Reservoir. Angat supplies more than 90% of Metro Manila's water requirements.
Pinakababang elevation po na ating makakabot ay nasa 175 to 176 meters, which is mataas pa naman po ito ng mahigit po dito sa ating critical level na 160 meters. Hindi natin nakikitang sasadsad po yung level po ng ating Angat Dam.
Transport Group Manibela is organizing a widespread strike that will coincide with President Bongbong Marcos's second State of the Nation address, or SONA. The three-day protest action will start on Monday, July 24, with around 200,000 drivers participating nationwide, according to organizers. Manibela is accusing the Transportation Department of not addressing jeepney phase-out issues. Recall that in March, jeepney groups also held a transport strike that ended when Manibela engaged in a dialogue with Malacanang.
Sa ating pong mahal na Pangulo, Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr., hindi po namin alam na SONA po ito. Natapat po ng SONA. Yung pong mga nilagay nyo po sa DOTR, palpak po talaga. Kung po pwede, palitan na po ninyo.
In other news, the Appeals Chamber of the International Criminal Court, or ICC, is set to decide next week whether or not to resume the investigation into the Philippine drug war. Recall that earlier this year, the Marcos administration filed an appeal with the ICC, questioning its jurisdiction and asking that the probe be terminated. In a media advisory on Wednesday, the ICC announced that they will issue their decision on July 18 at 10 in the morning, Netherlands time. And in sports, the Meralco Bolts and the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters racked up wins in the PBA on tour. Marty Bautista with the details.
Not even torrential rains and a leaking roof at the Honoris Arena in Pasig City could cool down Alvin Pasaol of the Meralco Bolts. Pasaol drained 7 3-pointers to help the Bolts score a 96-83 win against the SLEX Road Warriors in the PBA on tour. The Bolts guard did most of his damage in the fourth, draining 4 trays to keep Meralco's double-digit lead. The former UE star finished with 25 points, while Captain Raymond Almazan had 12 points and 8 rebounds. This is Meralco's 6th win against 3 losses in the preseason tournament.
Sa lahat ng talo po kasi namin sa mga zone kasi kami na napoproblema. Pero pagdating namin sa dugout kanina na kailangan with sabi ni Coach Nenad, we shoot confidence kasi binibigay talaga ng sa amin yung outside shot, kaya ayun, hopefully na pumapasok naman.
In the second game, the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters slipped past the TNT Tropang Giga. Anton Asistio drained 2 clutch baskets in the final minutes of the game to break off a 90-all tie.
Asistio,
Leonard Santillán then hit a 3-pointer to pull away for good.
for the dagger. There it goes.
Final score 106-100 for the Elasto Painters. Rain or Shine improved to 6-1 in the tour while TNT remained winless in 7 games. Gian Mamuyak was the best player with an all-around performance of 21 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists and 4 steals.
I think the whole team deserves all the credit kasi As you all know, si Kuya Ray, si Kuya Gabe weren't able to play. And also Nick was injured in the first quarter. So we played with just 10 guys, but everybody stepped up. Everybody stuck to their roles, and buti na lang na nanalo kami kasi kung hindi, yari kami kay Coach Yeng.
PBA On Tour action resumes tomorrow, Friday, still at the Anaris Arena. The Blackwater Bossing will take on Meralco at 5 p.m., while the Northport Batang Pierre will face off with the Phoenix Fuel Masters at 7:30 p.m. Catch the games live on One Sports and PBA Rush. For News 5, Marty Bautista, we are One News.
One News Now will be back tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News. All sides, all the time.